Two more LEGO Star Wars sets for 2023 were released at the San Diego Comic-Con overnight. We're going to kick it off with 75362, Ahsoka Tano's T6 shuttle. Obviously a remake of the 7931, which I have one in my personal collection. Not that that's a brag, but it's just one of those sets. It's so iconic. And the box art is very similar, kind of the same kind of earthly planets in the background, the same angle of shot, stuff like that. So a little bit of a nod to it there, which is nice to see. Box art looking good. One of the greatest things here is the kind of the Ahsoka excuse me, the Ahsoka character bottom left is really a true representation of the actual minifigure. As you can see, there's the kind of the stage set, and we'll talk about the minifigures in a minute, and it shows the T6 in its landing position with the kind of, we'll cover it in a minute, but it's got this kind of landing gear, which is a new addition to this and the double pack that they announced today as well. Lovely colour way of the dark red and the grey, makes a change up from the white. Really like that printed tile on the back part there with the half red, half grey thing. That's a really nice piece. Notably, a smaller cockpit than previous, so they've used a different kind of cockpit shell, which means you can only get one figure in compared to the original where you could get two sat side by side, which is a bit of a shame. Obviously, the stud shooters are in rather than those kind of projectile kind of Technic bars that they used to use. But again, great looking kind of detailing of the dark red moving across it. Really kind of homage to the original, I think. Rotates like the original did, which is good. Oh, a bit more detail of stud shooters, because we all need those, don't we? It's got one under the canopy, which wasn't on the original. And you can see a bit more of that printed tile on the back. That's a good little piece. So the minifigures. Ahsoka Tano with a smaller headpiece than it had previously, which is good because that was a real pain in the backside if you wanted to get the actual head out of the headpiece when you took it off. They've gone with trans-clear lightsabers blades, even though in the trailer and stuff like that it's more of like a white blade. Presumably doing a frosted white blade was too hard, which is a shame, but you could have gone with that kind of glow-in-the-dark white that they have as well. That would have been pretty cool. Then you got Sabine Wren. She does come with a helmet, which is in some of the other pictures. Again, she looks great. Really like that hairpiece. That's cool. Then you've got Professor Hu Wang, which kind of side note is voiced by David Tennant in the series. And given that he's previously been Doctor Who and this is Doctor Hu Wang, Professor Hu Wang, I like that little piece. But again, kind of a brand new minifigure. He's going to be real popular, I think. And then lastly, we've got the Inquisitor, who's kind of a cross between Knights of the Ren, some kind of castle knight, but there's an awful lot of pieces there. That kind of printed torso piece that goes over his neck, that's going to be quite detailed. That's a nice little addition, and his helmet is very nostalgic of that. But he's got the Inquisitor dual blade saber, whatever you call it. There's the back of the box art, and you can see Sabine's helmet in that shot. She's got a couple of pistols. The kind of bottom left there, you can see the landing gear that kind of moves out to stabilize the ship while it's parked. Presumably it doesn't stay upright if it hasn't got that. And then we move into the Lego Classics. I build my sets in an unusual manner with a couple of pencils and a folded piece of paper. Their staging is so bad because nobody builds like that. It's like you don't get the minifigure stood around perfectly whilst you build, do you? But they love it. And he's pulling in a really strange face as he's like shooting the crap out of the Inquisitor, which I think is actually in the trailer, isn't it? There's some ship shooting at the Inquisitor and Ahsoka at the same time. Yeah, nice set. Kind of, I think it comes out September the 1st, I think. That's when it's due. I don't remember what the price is. I think in US dollars it's pretty pricey. Let me have a quick little look, see if I can find it easily. US dollars it's 80, so that's going to make it around about 170, 180, given how expensive the Chewbacca came out, like 320. But yeah, there we are. Good set. Look forward to picking up that one. It's on pre-order already, and the US, the Australian site, doesn't have the pre-order activated as far as I can tell, unless that's just they've done the pre-order already. But a good set. Looking forward to getting my hands on that. In the US, they've got a purchase limit of 3 on the site, so I wonder how much of that will translate to the Australian market. Good minifigures, good set, going to be hugely popular. Everyone's going to try and get this on day one, I reckon, because everyone will want to kind of hoard them for a bit. Always a good one for investing. The box looks a lot smaller than the previous box, and it itself looks a bit smaller than the previous one as well. So that'll be interesting to see where we go with that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more Lego Star Wars blogs, maybe some other bits and pieces like that Gringotts thing, and my regular vlog of the Bricklink store. Thanks for listening. See ya.